Welcome to your morning SQUAW-fi, where you set the topic, we respond, and then we continue the conversation in the comments. Oh, so good. Today's morning SQUAW-fi topic is something that we didn't ask you guys what we should talk about, but has been on all of our minds, I think, in the recent weeks. And that's coronavirus, or COVID-19. I think, generally speaking, this is basically the lamest apocalypse story ever. No zombies. We're all kind of thinking in the back of our mind when it's going to go down. We're all a little on edge, but not enough to kind of cause us to panic. Some of us are really anxious. Some of us may be expecting mothers. It is causing major financial strain, so that's already sending you through the roof. Some of us, like me, have been working a lot actually lately, or at least harder, because I work in IT, and since everybody's going to be working from home, it's my job to get more remote resources available for people to be able to work from home, to log into remote desktops, to log into the desktops in the office, or create resources and strategies so that to be prepared for, let's say, offices to go offline. So we want to be able to replicate the stuff that they have in their office to our data centers and then have a backup plan. Whereas most people are heavily inconvenienced, especially the education, where they have to re-strategize the way they teach to basically set up online teaching sessions. The people that have been on my mind the most lately are like people in the food service industry. I mean, we're talking about like waiters and waitresses, bartenders. And these people have to basically file for unemployment right now. I don't know if you've heard some of the stories in New York City, but like people would go online and they would try to shoot for unemployment or the website, and it's just not available. Or if you try to call, they would finally get to a person after an hour, and then that would hang up. I know some of these people personally, bless them, their attitude has been great, but for the most part, I mean, who knows how people are really when they put down their phones, and how long that's going to last. There's always been this dichotomy of, the thing that's in the back of my mind that I'm just kind of like, it's just waiting to pounce. And then there's the other thing, which is like, okay, what is rational and what makes sense in this world, and what keeps me on edge. And I think there's a point at which these two things are going to collide, and occasionally when they do, they're kind of hilarious. A little story that I had the other week. We couldn't get all the ingredients that we needed for like a specific dish, my wife and I remember I was just trying to substitute it for something else, and my wife said, no, it has to be this ingredient. And I was kind of like looking at her aghast, like she was fucking crazy. She's like offended, and I'm kind of like, are you crazy? This is apocalypse. And these two things are both valid in a way, but at the same time, it's not the apocalypse. You can still get sweet potato. They're not completely out. I had to apologize because there was just no reason for my panic or my dis-ease or my Shaneism. It just dawned upon me like how easily we could be that guy. How easy it is to slip into survival mode. How hard it is to be like a Rick. You think you're something, and then you realize that you have to kind of face yourself. And then it makes you think of like, how are you going to be when things get really rough, and are you going to be somebody who pulls everybody up? Is survival not enough? Are we going to take all the things that we learned in these zombie apocalypse television shows and really be able to hone our skills to kind of pull everybody up and help people to survive and make it past, this moment? But more than anything else, I'm learning to kind of be mindful of this moment, what we take away from this moment, because we will get past this moment and we have to kind of go back to normal. But what is the new normal? When we look at television shows and we see people touching their face and eyes and mouth and stuff like that, are we going to instantly think, no, that you can't do that, it's COVID-19? Like, is our life going to be irrevocably altered by this moment? Like, I'm wondering how we react to the world from here on in. Do we do the same things that we did before? Do we completely ignore this moment? Or do we kind of hold on to it and recognize what we've been doing, the kind of sleepwalking we've been doing, for however long we've been doing it, like that malaise of the everyday. I hope this helps people become a little bit more mindful and appreciate what we have, and maybe use and maybe not abuse the kind of technology that we have out there. And the way we do it is we take it so lightly, and we're really not appreciating, I think, the face-to-face, or the face-to-face that we do get every day. I want us to be able to create or forge or maintain friendships that make sense, that last. Something Rachel said to me the other day was, there was this little valley of what I consider a really, really good friend. And maybe I am taking technology for granted. She said basically, if like, this is all great and fun and great, and we're able to communicate with one another because of technology, but what if it was gone? You know, I would not even know how you were doing, because Rachel lives in Michigan and I live in New York City. Nisa, who did the AMA with me the other week, she lives in Brazil, and I wouldn't know how they are or how they're doing. These relationships matter, but then it really does make you think about what we have to be okay with leaving behind. It's kind of like that go bag. What do you choose to take with you in the moment? Who do you decide to save? As much as I want to be able to save every one of you, I have to think about my wife. I would immediately go home and like pick up my brother and my sister and my mom and my dad, make sure that they're safe. Would I go out of my way, or would I drive straight to Michigan? Like, no, I have to trust and believe that, you know, everybody's trying to take care of themselves. And if we do meet somewhere along the line, like, that would be awesome, but I mean, practically impossible. So you really have to kind of think of what it would look like if things went down. You wouldn't be able to communicate with all your friends or your fandom. You would really have to kind of evaluate the close familial and friendships that you have nearby. So think about that for a little while. Think about how important that might be. And it's not just for self-interest or anything like that, but you have to kind of think about what really matters, the kind of people that are in your local orbit. And then then it makes you start to think about your local community. Like, have you been participating? What have you been doing to reach out, or just shop locally? But it does make you think, what if I just donate to a local charity? What if I just shop locally? What if I stop eating at chain restaurants or something like that? Why are they getting all my money? You know, why isn't a local place? It's things like that that have woken me up a little bit. I wish this was way more coherent, but this is morning SQUAW-fi. Bleary-eyed one take of the topic at hand. So,
good morning. Not happy. But a lot of people can guess why I'm not happy. This damn coronavirus. Up until yesterday, hadn't really affected me all that much. I, of course, was doing my part to keep the spread down. My place of business is not all that crazy busy. I can say with confidence that no more than 10 people are usually in my facility at any given time. Not to mention, I do an incredible job cleaning my place of business. I own a tanning salon, beauty salon. A lot of people come in there. A lot of people touch things. I go in, I make sure everything is perfectly clean, okay? I know I am keeping everyone safe when they come into my place of business. I know no one is getting sick because I do that good of a job to clean my facility. Yesterday, got several text messages from people who are always looking out for me. And I finally got the word that all non-essential, some people would tell you that their tanning is essential, even though it's not. I'm officially to close until at least April 13th or until further notice. Keep everybody safe. Get this pandemic over with sooner. I'm all for that. But what the hell are we supposed to do about our bills? If I have to close my business for 2 weeks, I might as well close my doors forever. It's vacation season right now. Okay? People get ready to go to Jamaica, Bahama, Bermuda, whatever. And they need to tan their skin so that they don't burn while they're there. If I close down for 2 weeks, I could be losing upwards of about $5,000. I've heard rumors that there's a rent forgiveness, or who decides that? Who says you don't have to pay rent anymore? And is that just for the individual? Is that for small businesses? Is it going to apply to corporations who maybe can't afford to shut down for 2 weeks? I can't. I am a sole proprietor. And if we're not making money for the next 2 weeks, it could be sayonara. That might be the end of it. If our landlord, the government, the powers that be don't grant us some sort of forgiveness, this could be the end of everything. On the flip side, could that be a blessing in disguise? Maybe. I've been saying for a long time now that I want to move to Georgia. I don't know how to do it. I've lived in this town my whole life. I don't know anything outside of Essexville, Michigan. God, I want to get out so bad. I hope other people are feeling a little bit more on solid ground these days. Although I doubt it. I think we're all pretty much going nuts. I see all the live videos from everybody. I do hope everybody's safe, okay? I don't want anyone to get sick. I don't want that to happen. I really don't. So if it means keeping everyone safe and healthy, I'm happy to close my doors. I'm happy to keep everyone safe, but I don't know what we're going to do. My husband's hours at work got shortened, too, because of all of this. Everything is slowing down. Everybody's work is letting them go or shortening their hours or closing. I hope we get through it sooner than later, and I hope life gets back to normal. Or you know what? Start spitting out some zombies. Make this interesting. Come on. If we're going to be stuck inside the whole time, at least send some walkers my way. Oh, wait, I got to get a gun first. All right, I'm going to do that first. I'm going to go get a gun. All right, everybody. That's it. I don't know. That's where I'm at. I just don't know. I don't know what to do. Somebody help me. What are you doing? Huh? You going to help? Are ya? Yeah, you're going crazy too?
Look out for a message from me about what your next topic is, what you bring up, what's on your mind, and maybe we can even get to more specifics, like things that you've been specifically thinking about. I'm your host, David Cameo. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll do this again sometime.
Fiona and I say goodbye. Stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands. Don't cough on anybody, okay?